What's up, YouTube? So, just gonna show you guys my pack. My US Alice pack. It's the larger one. There's like a couple of them, like a medium and a large, and this is the large. It's honestly pretty good, but I've not used it on any hiking or camping trip, and this is kind of my fall / going into winter loadout. I have a little bit bigger. I have different bags that I could probably use for that, just because I don't know about the sleeping bag for the winter fitting in this, but I mean it might compress down. But I just want to show you guys everything inside of this one. I also have Belle's little backpack / harness. It just kind of goes on her. Come here, Belle. Like this. And she just kind of trots around with it. And there's pockets and things. She can carry all of her food and water, treats and toys. Anything extra she may need will be really nice for her. Although she's pretty small, so she doesn't need a whole lot. Sorry if I'm like freaking out. There's bugs everywhere. But yeah, so I want to break into the bag, show everything that I would take. Hopefully next week I want to go on a trip, record it, make a video and post it, and this will be everything that I would have on that trip. So starting off, let's break into it. We got our sleeping pad, of course. So it's pretty big, like I said. You have 3 big pockets on the outside, 3 little ones up here, and then we have like a big internal area that you guys can kind of see. Sorry, I'm struggling with the camera here. Thought that might be better. Okay. So normally if I would go camping, I'd have my phone, watch, and some type of like main knife, which would be this one. It's just a Morniv, and it's like the camping version, so it's got a 90-degree edge. I could strike a flint and steel on it. Really sharp. It should be pretty easy to sharpen, although that's the hard part. And then up top we have the sleeping pillow, which I thought I'd have more room. I could have got a tarp. I have one, but this is my tarp. I guess I'll kind of lay it all out over here. This is also just a normal dry bag for extra stuff, maybe like clothes, anything I may need, batteries, stuff like that. This is the mess kit. It's pretty good. I'll break into it here. The normal mess kit was just your pan. I've not used any of this, but you gotta watch out. This is a camp stove, so that goes into this little canister here. I'm pretty sure this is closed, hopefully. But it'd be something like that. And these would all come out. And this is really good for just quickly boiling water if I needed to, or something. There's also like a measuring cup, a bowl. And then this is kind of how this would go. Something kind of like that. I'll set that here. Hopefully. And then yeah, you have, oh, this is too. This is made by Gerber. And this is all a spoon, can opener, fork, and spatula. And actually it goes into tongs. So if you take like the fork thing, I think it's something like that maybe, yeah. And then you got some tongs, which I've used these once, and very cool. They're titanium, so it's super lightweight. And then they all just kind of go down in here. Some kind of way. Okay, so some of the other stuff I have in here is also bedroll kind of thing. So this would be sleeping bag, and there's like a small blanket in there, and it's all kind of like that fleecy material. And then of course this is your sleeping pad, so this is what you would sleep on top of with that. And then with the tarp, you know, I can make pretty much any kind of shelter depending on where I'm at and what I'm doing. This needs new batteries, and it's not super bright, but it's almost perfect for being out by yourself in the middle. You don't want anything super duper bright. Well, I don't. And then this is just like some ridge line for the tarp. And this is a little overkill, but this is also a little bit of a Corporal's Corner inspired video. I saw he had a whole load up with his Alice pack, and I had this one I got on Marketplace for super cheap. They're actually kind of expensive, and then I just wanted to get it all together. His is a little bit more, I think he's got a little bit more of everything that goes with it, but the main sack was kind of a score on Marketplace. And then that's literally everything. I have this Camelback in here. It's 3 liters. But it's not made for it, so we'll see how filling it up and leaving it in there actually is. But yeah, so the Camelback is in here. E-tool, this is a little overkill. I probably wouldn't take this on anything I was seriously, you know, trying to do like what I do next week. I might not bring this. And then also, I think in this top one, just some electrical tape. Headlamp. And I like to put new batteries and all that. There's nothing in that one. And all my stuff before I go. And so these are really cool because they got this, like, I don't know, button system here. So you pop those and then you have full access to everything. And here I have my Silky, which is just like a wood cutting saw. And then I have an emergency knife, which is just another more nib, but it's smaller, doesn't have the 90-degree edge. Just as like a backup. And then also everything to make a fire. Which, if you guys want me to go over like everything inside of all of this, some of this stuff, how I would set the tarp up, I could definitely try and do something like that. But this is just like a bunch of random stuff for fire. Flint and steel, lighter, matches. I also have this little like hatchet thing I got from Walmart. Like, it's really not anything, But I mean, if you're just trying to split some wood instead of using my knives, this would definitely just do the job. And I think it's got like some bolts or something, but mainly for splitting wood, and it's not that heavy. So, and in one of Corporal Corner's videos, he said something about I didn't know it when I first got it, but there's actually like a little pocket behind this pocket here that this just kind of slides into. Like if you had a hatchet, or if I wanted to stick something else in there, that would be a good pocket for that. In here I have actually just some MREs, because this is kind of a camping. I mean, I would take everything in this bag was in any of my other bags that I take camping, but also as a bug out bag. So I would be, anything in this bag is probably been used, is new and ready to be used, but it's just good to, I like to practice what I would be taking. This is just food for like 2 days. So honestly, these are just 2 MREs, and I could probably break this up into like 4 or 5 days of food. Oh, I actually have one of these in here as well. Yeah, so there's lots of food, which is probably a bulk of the weight. I don't really need all of this, but it's also, like I said, a shit hits the fan bag. So if I'm doing something this next week, I might not take all of this. This is just for, you know, for the video, really. And like I said, shit hits the fan, and baby wipes for wiping the bum. And then lastly, in this pocket, my first aid kit. Literally takes up the whole pocket. And there's a lot of stuff in here. Sorry, those are my neighbors. But yeah, so I'm gonna set all this up and get you guys some shots of it all. One thing I forgot, that also isn't here, is this is my water purifier. It's just like this one's actually battery powered. And that's pretty good, but yeah, you just kind of like, water comes out here, there's some tubes, and then there's a filter part that kind of goes in here, pulls it through, comes out there, you fill up whatever you need to with it. And then, you know, a canteen or something, I need that in here. I haven't found a good one. I have that Camelback, but I do just like having a water container of some kind with me. But I would also have something like that with me. But other than that, that's everything that I would take on an overnight solo, or also bug out. You know, if I'm gonna need to be somewhere for more than 2 to 3 days, food is probably food and water will be your most important resource at that point. Everything else, you know, I pretty much have down to it. Like I said, if you guys want to see any more of inside of this or any of my other bags and gear, I would be happy to show you guys some of that. But I look forward to going camping next week and hopefully showing all of you guys this stuff, how I would use it, and why it's all in here, things like that. But that's it for now. Thank you guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you think, what I should put in the bag, how you have your bag set up. Until then, see you guys next time.